we're going to get started on the mat. So you don't need any equipment today. It's going to be pretty basic moves. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get started. We're going to rock side to side, massaging out the lower back, right? So you could do those circling motions. You can just go side to side. You can let your knees come forward and you can pull them back in. Whatever feels good, that's what you should do. And you're going to hug your right knee to your chest. Left leg's going to be out straight. And you're going to just nice and easy go side to side there, making sure you're thinking about bracing your core. And on this, if you feel like you need to have one foot down on the ground, you could, right? So if your back is tight, just put one foot down and still go through side to side. So just stretching out, taking your time. It's Monday, so we're not going to move fast, right? So you're going to go one more to each side. And then you're going to have one leg up straight, doesn't matter which one. You'll grab behind the hamstring, and you're going to alternate there. So try to make sure those legs are nice and straight. Again, if you need to have one foot down, you can. But you just want to stretch out that back, right? Make sure that you're feeling good. Stretch out those hamstrings. If you're feeling extra tight, you can go a little bit slower. You can hold that stretch longer, whatever feels good to you, right? So we're going to go one more to each side. And we're going to bring our legs down. We're going to keep our knees bent, feet are flat on the ground. Exhale, we'll press up into our bridge. Nice, easy inhale. We're going to come back down. So every time we're pressing up into our bridge, make sure that you're squeezing those glutes, right? And you're trying to press up and back and get nice and warmed up there, right? So pressing up those glutes, pressing up those hips, and just taking your time, right? So nice and controlled. It doesn't have to be very fast, right? And on your next motion, you're going to press up, you're just going to do that half bridge. So you'll come halfway down and back up. So every time you're pressing up, we're really focusing on those glutes squeezing, right? Of course. And just taking your time, because it's Monday, remember? Don't be crazy on a Monday, right? So on next motion, you're going to press up, you're going to hold your bridge and squeeze your glutes. And we'll hang tight here. And then we're going to get started on a little bit of core bracing, all right? Let's go ahead and relax those hips down. So we're going to start with some core bracing. So you're going to keep your head down. You want to keep your core tight. You're just going to start with an alternating marching motion. So as you do this, you want to make sure that your lower back is down to the mat, right? You're keeping those knees bent. You're stretching out those hip flexors, right? And you're getting in the gear. So try to really focus in on your core and pushing your back down more than anything here. And in a little bit, we're going to add a crunch to this, right? But taking your time, it's not fast. Focus on your core. So now we're going to add in our crunch as you bring your leg up. You'll lift in the crunch and come back. And you're just going to go side to side like that, right? So every time you lift in that crunch, it's going to help you push your lower back down. You want to try to keep those elbows nice and wide, right? And you're keeping the core tight, of course. But just taking your time, you're crunching and lifting, right? Trying to get as close to that knee as you can. Make sure you're not pulling on your neck. We've got about 15 seconds here. And then we're going to warm back up with more bridges. Yay, bridges. Right, so on your next motion, we're going to go one more to each. And then we're going to relax our head down. So now we're going to press up into our bridge. We're just going to hang tight here. We're going to get our ankles moving. So we're going to go up and down on our tiptoes as we're holding our bridge here. Just making sure that we're stretching out those calves, waking up those ankles and calves. Right, see if you can make your ankles pop. Maybe pop, pop, right? And then you're going to go up on your tiptoes, and then you're going to alternate lowering down one heel and then the other, right? So you always have one heel up in the air. You're kind of just doing almost like a reverse of what we're doing, but one heel at a time. So it's going to stretch out those ankles a little bit more and get them a little bit more burnage. Burnage, that's a word, okay? So just going side to side with it. Nice and easy. We're going to go about one more to each side, and then we're just going to hold our bridge here tall. And then with your knees, you're just going to slightly let those knees come wide and back. So it's not a huge motion. It's just enough to kind of wake up your hips and glutes. And you're just going side to side, trying to stay up on those tiptoes. Okay, we got about 10 seconds. Then we're going to go back to the core. So we're going to go 5, here's 4, here's 3, here's 2, here's 1. Then relax those heels and hips down. And we're going to go into our dead bug progression here, right? So we're gonna start with our arms up straight. Make sure that lower back is pressed into the mat. You're gonna have your right arm come back, left leg is in tabletop. You'll come back and go side to side, right? So we're calling this our progression because we're gonna advance it as we go, but you don't have to advance it if you feel like this is enough of a challenge. So again, it's just a nice, easy motion. You wanna keep that core tight. Make sure you're squeezing those abs, right? They should be a little bit awake. Maybe they're still sore from Friday, who knows? So as you're going here, if you wanna step it up a notch, you'll just bring those legs into tabletop, and then you would still be extending and coming back, going side to side there, right? So whatever variation you wanna do. If you wanna have one foot down on the ground, that's perfectly okay too, right? If you like having both feet up right here like this, that's perfect too, okay? So just going side to side. Remember, we're kind of progressing as we go here. So once you feel like it's enough of a challenge for you, don't feel like you have to go to the next step. Okay, so we got about 5 seconds till we go to the next step, or you keep going where you're at. Okay, so if you want to make it go up to the next step, you'll have both legs up straight, and then you're just going to alternate with your legs there, right? So you have nice straight legs. This is the hardest, most advanced level of it because it's harder to keep that lower back down. So only do this one if you feel like you can, okay? If you need to maintain just doing the tabletop, you can, or maybe you still have one foot down on the ground, that's perfect because we're warming up our core. Okay, we're gonna go one more to each side, and then we're gonna relax and bend those knees down, and we're gonna do some single leg bridges. So you're gonna cross your right foot over to your left knee, and we're just gonna press up and then come back down. Okay, so nice and controlled, right? You got one leg over. If the single leg bridge doesn't feel good to you, you could keep both feet down and just keep warming up in that bridge, right? So kind of do just whatever feels good to you. If a single leg bridge doesn't agree with you, that's okay, right? Regular bridges are perfect too. Okay, so we're gonna do about 3 more here. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. So now we're gonna switch. So right leg's down, left leg's over. You're just pressing up and back, right? So try and get your hips up as high as you can every single time. Make sure that you're breathing, right? And remember, if you want both feet down, that's perfectly okay too. Do what you need to do to be successful during this workout. So we're gonna go 3 more. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. All right, so we're gonna get started today. So we're gonna do kind of a mixture here of, we've got a bridge move, right? We got a core move, and then we're gonna do a bird dog variation. Okay, so 3 pretty basic moves, all easily modified. We're gonna start with a bridge. Your first bridge move you're gonna do is you're gonna press up. You're gonna bring your left leg towards you in a tabletop position. It's gonna come down, your hips are gonna come down, right? So you're up, left leg towards you, left leg down, you come down, right? So you're up, left leg, back, down. Up, left leg, back, down, right? So just sticking to that left side for right now, right? I know you do have 2 legs, right? I promise you. But you want to control your range of motion here. So you're not trying to go as fast as possible, okay? We're going to do about 3 more to this side, then we're going to switch legs. So here's 1, right? Coming back. Here's 2, coming back. Here is 3, coming back. Now we're going to do the other side. So you're up, your right leg's towards you, back, down, right? So now your right leg is moving, your left leg is stabilizing, right? You're getting all stretched out, feeling good for the day, of course. Okay, and then a little bit here, we're gonna do alternating bridge march. Yeah. Okay, we got 10 seconds until we alternate. Okay, so let's do 2 more. Here's 1, here's 2, now you're gonna alternate. So one comes toward you, and then the other. So you're staying up in that bridge. You're just going side to side with those legs, making sure that you're breathing and you're maintaining that rhythm, right? So trying to stay tall in that bridge. Okay, you got 15 seconds to go. And then we're gonna be going to our core move, right? So it's gonna be pretty basic core moves today. We're doing lots of core bracing because that's fundamentals of Pilates. And that's what's gonna make you stronger in the long run, okay? We got 10 seconds. I think I added a little bit of time. That's okay, right? We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you're gonna relax those hips down. So for our core bracing, we're going to do alternating tabletop legs. So your head can stay on this whole time. If you're going to go just the regular variation, you'll have both legs in tabletop. You're going to alternate one leg coming down and then the other. If you modify, you just keep one foot down and come up and back. So the most important thing is to keep your lower back down. I don't care if your feet don't touch the mat, right? So if your back is arching and you're touching your feet to the floor, you're really not getting anything out of this exercise. So you have to pay attention to what your core is doing. So exhale, you'll come down, inhale, come back. Okay, so we're going side to side here. You have a whole minute to take your time, okay? So another mistake I see that people make on this is they let their heels be right by their butt, right? And you're just touching right here. If you're doing that, that's not gonna do anything either. Okay, and you wanna make sure your knees are bent, right? So I say that because I say keep your knees bent and people kick their legs out straight. So at no point should your legs be straight on this exercise. Again, don't worry about touching the floor or the mat. Smaller motions are gonna be easier to control, right? So my feet are coming to the mat, but I've also done these a lot, right? So if you can do that and you can keep your back down, perfect. But if your back is hurting or your back is arching, it's just not worth it, okay? And if you're doing one leg at a time, there's our halfway marker, so you'll switch legs. Okay, but taking your time, you might feel your legs burn on this, that's okay, you're using them, right? Your legs aren't invincible, they're moving, aren't they? Okay, so keep on breathing, keep going side to side, nice and easy. Okay, you're doing a great job, right? We got about 10 seconds to go, and then we're gonna go to a bird dog. We got 5, 4, 3, I got the hiccups 2, and 1. You're gonna relax, and we're gonna go to our hands and our knees. So to start with, we're just gonna do your basic bird dog. So you'll be going opposite arm, opposite leg, and you're gonna go side to side, right? So it's not really fast, it's nice and controlled. You're stretching out, right? You're getting balanced. We're getting our back stronger. We're getting our core stronger, okay? So on this, make sure your head's not hanging down. You don't have to be looking at me. You don't have to be looking at your arms and legs. You should just be looking straight down at your hands at least, right, when they're on the mat, okay? Because if you're hanging your head down, that's just gonna hurt your neck. So just going side to side, we got 30 seconds, then we're going back to our bridge. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep on moving through. 10 seconds to go. We got 5. Go one more to each side. And then you're gonna relax. And we're going back to our back. Okay, so we're gonna start a new set here. We got a new bridge. So you're gonna have your feet all the way together and your knees all the way together. So as we do this bridge, you should keep your legs together as close as possible. At no point in time should there be a gap between your legs, right? You're gonna act like they've got a band around them and they're stuck together forever, okay? So you're just gonna do a regular bridge. We're pressing up and back, okay? But remember, your feet are together and your legs are together. So it's gonna make it a little bit harder. It might not feel like you're going up as high, but that's okay, right? You're still working through that range of motion. So we're gonna add some motions to this as we get going, but I want you to remember to squeeze your legs together, right? Act like we've got a band around those legs, right? If you got a band at home, sure, put it on, whatever, I don't care, okay? So we got 5 seconds until we go to the next variation of this move. So now you're gonna hold your bridge, your knees and legs are still together. We're going up and down on our tiptoes, right? So you can have your arms wherever you want. I like to have them up in the air sometimes just because it's fun, right? So keep those legs squeezing together. You're staying tall in that bridge, going up and down on those tiptoes, right? And we're almost there. Not really, we got a few variations here. So staying tall, up and down, squeezing your legs together. So staying on your tiptoes. Now you got butterfly legs. Okay, so you want to keep it in a consistent range of motion. So you're not going as wide as possible. You want to control that range of motion so you can feel a better burn, right? So you're squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax. So it's a small motion, right? Look at my legs. I'm not going into a wild range of motion, right? And you're going to feel a burn. If it's burning for you right now, that means you're doing a great range of motion, okay? You got 10 seconds. Nice and control. 5 seconds. And bring your knees all the way together. You can keep your heels down, We're holding a bridge. I want you to squeeze your legs together as much as you possibly can. This should not be easy. If it's easy, you're not squeezing, right? You gotta make it as hard as you possibly can. You have 15 seconds, and then we're going to our next core move. Keep squeezing, keep breathing, and pressing. You wanna actively make this as challenging as you can. Okay, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, so back to our core bracing. This time, instead of doing alternating legs, you're gonna do both legs together. So with both legs together, it's gonna get even more challenging. If you need to modify, stick to that first move, 1 foot down and 1 foot up, okay? So exhale, you're gonna come down, inhale, coming back up. So again, pay attention to your lower back. If it's arching and your feet are going way down, you're not getting the full benefit out of this workout, right? It's hard for me to get my legs to the mat, okay? So focus on your core, right? That's all you should really be focused on. Make sure your knees are staying at that 90 degree, and you wanna take your time with this move, right? You don't wanna rush it. You wanna make sure that your legs aren't whipping up really fast. You wanna come down 1, come up 1, right? You can watch my pace if you're confused, right? But this should not be easy. If it's easy for you, I don't believe you, right? You're lying. Okay, keep that lower back down, right? So that means your hands are not underneath your lower back, right? They could be behind your head, they could be by your side, but you're relying on your core for this move, okay? If you're doing 1 leg at a time and modifying, go ahead and switch legs. Otherwise, hang with this range of motion because you should be feeling your core work, right? Nice and controlled, okay? And if your feet are coming all the way to the ground, you better be shaking like a leaf, right? You better be like, right? So here I'm going all the way to the ground. And I'm shake, 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 shaking, right? You can't hear me shake, but I am shaking, okay? Doing a great job. We got 10 seconds. This is just to show you that I can let my legs go to the floor, right? So if you were like about to trash talk me like, ah, she can't even get her legs to the floor. Oh, I can. Okay, we got 2 more. There's 1. Here is 2. And you're gonna relax. All right, back to our bird dog. So now we're gonna stick to one side, and you're gonna bring your elbow or your hand in towards your knee. So we're gonna go right arm, left leg, you're gonna extend out, right, and come back in. So you wanna make sure that your core is nice and tight, right? Your body's not bending all over. You just wanna bring your hand and your leg together and nothing else with it, right? So nice and controlled. Your body's not tucking, you're extending and bending. Extending and bending. Taking your time, head's not hanging down, you're not looking at me, right? It's not gonna do you any good to watch me. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep maintaining and extending, okay? If you're real crazy, you could put a light dumbbell in your hand. I don't have a dumbbell near me, so. Okay, nice and controlled. Extend and bend. Control your body, keep on breathing, okay? You're doing a great job. We're almost done with this side. We got about 15 seconds to go, okay? Doing a great job. Keep on breathing, 10 to go, all right? Keep extending and bending. We're gonna go 3 more. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Switching sides, we got left arm, right leg. You're gonna extend, bend. Extend, bend, right? Nice and controlled, right? Taking your time. Remember, you don't want your body moving all over. It's really just your arm and leg moving, and then your other side of your body is just holding you in place, okay? So take your time. Don't go fast, right? Keep a speed that you can maintain for another 30 seconds here, okay? Keep on breathing. And we got 1 more set after this, okay? Almost done for the day. Yay, Mondays. Okay, nice and controlled. 15 seconds to go. Oh yeah. 10 seconds. Keep hanging on to it. Keep reaching and breathing. We got 3 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. All right. Relax all back. We're gonna go back to a bridge. This time we are going to do single leg bridges. So for your single leg bridges, we're going to add some leg motions, okay? If you feel like you need to modify at any point, Instead of having your leg in the air, you could cross your leg over, right? Or you can always stick to a basic bridge, have both feet down, press up and down, and when we move our other leg, you would just hold, right? So remember, you can always have both feet down if you need it. So our first bridge, we're gonna have our right foot down, left leg is up in the air, and we're gonna come all the way down, all the way up. So I want your hips touching the floor, pressing up, touching the floor, pressing up, right? So if you needed that leg crossed over, you can, right? It's still gonna be challenging, right? This just kind of helps you be a little more balanced in a bridge. Okay, and if one leg up is too much, remember, put that foot down. Okay, so on your next motion, we're gonna hold our bridge, and now you're gonna pulse. So you're up a little, down a little. So we are not touching that floor. Okay, so taking your time, controlling that bridge, right? Drive through that heel. If you wanna make it even harder, have your right heel down and toes up, right through that hammy you'll get. Okay, we got 10 seconds, and we're gonna do an isometric hold. Okay, you're almost there. So press up as high as you can, and you're gonna hold. Try to have your left leg up as straight as possible. Try to keep driving your hips up, making sure that you're breathing. Okay, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, left leg down, right leg up. So remember, hips are down, you're up, hips touch the floor, right? And make sure those hips come down every single time. Okay? Because we want to make it harder. Remember, cross your leg over if you need, or you can do your regular old bridges and have both feet down. Remember, bridges are good no matter what. As long as you're doing a bridge, that is all I care about. Okay? So modify if you need to. Okay, press up as high as you can. You have your half bridge, right? So it's a pulse. Hips are not relaxing. That leg can still be crossed over, and you might feel like you go higher, or of course, you can have both feet down, right? So there's all your variations you've got, right? Stick with it. Do what you feel like you can. Keep on breathing, right? You're gonna press up and hold. So press up as high as you can. Remember, you could go heel down, toe up if you wanna make it harder. You could even scoot your feet away from your tush. There's lots of ways to make bridges more fun, if you haven't figured that out yet. Okay, we got 10 seconds. Keep on breathing, keep on pressing. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, back to our core move. So hands are behind our head. We're gonna have both legs in tabletop. So we're gonna do a double crunch, but it's gonna be slow, right? Key is slow. So your head will start down. Exhale, you're gonna let your legs come down as far as you feel you can. Inhale, you'll slowly pull those legs, lift into that crunch, and then slowly peel back apart. If you modify, you've got one foot down and one leg up, okay? Go for it. So legs come down first. As you slowly pull those legs up, you lift into that crunch. You slowly peel out. The slower you can go on these, the more controlled, the better the result, right? If you're just whipping through these and going fast, right, you're not focusing on that form. Okay, we want to go slow and controlled. It's Monday, go slow, right? Sometimes we just go too fast all the time, right? Take a second and go slow today, right? I'm guilty of that, going fast, 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 fast. I never take time to go slow, but here I am doing my crunches slow. And boy, does it feel good. Okay, nice and controlled. Keep on breathing. If you're modifying, go ahead and switch those legs. Right? Remember, feet do not have to touch the floor. Same thing applies here. Your back should not be arching, right? Your back should be flat to that mat the whole time. Your back and the mat should be best friends. Peanut butter and jelly for life, basically. Okay, we got 15 seconds. Nice and controlled. Whew. My hands are getting torn up, and yours should be too. Okay, we got 3 more. Here's 1, coming back. Here's 2, coming back. Here is 3, and relax. And we're gonna finish with our bird dog. So you're gonna do a straight up and down motion. So you're gonna have your right arm out, your left leg out. You're gonna reach up and back down. Up and back down. So make sure your arm and leg are nice and straight, right? We're gonna turn this into a pulse. And just a little bit, because why not, you know? But again, make sure that your core is tight, right? You don't have to reach your arm and leg past your hip. If you do, perfect. Okay, so now you're gonna stay up high and you're gonna pulse. So it's a small little motion. If you go slower, it's a little bit easier for your brain to keep up with, okay? But you wanna stay tall. You wanna make sure you're breathing, you're lifting through that hamstring on that left leg, okay? And on your next motion, you're gonna lift and you're gonna hold, right? So on this, we're testing our balance. If you wanna make it harder, close your eyes, see what happens. Try to breathe with it, stay up tall. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, left arm, right leg. We lift and back, lift and back, lift and back, lift and back. Nice and controlled, pointing your toe, lifting through. Keep on breathing with it. Okay, you're doing a great job. All right. And we're lifted and we pulse, right? So remember, a small, slow pulse is easier to control. It's easier for your brain to keep up with. Keep on breathing. Keep on staying tall. Okay, you're doing a great job. Lifting, lifting, lifting. You're gonna lift and hold. Close those eyes if you want to test. Actually, I think we gotta lift more. Keep lifting. I did math. I did my math wrong. Okay, now lift and hold. Okay, close your eyes if you want. Try to stay tall as you can. Keep on breathing. Keep holding. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. There you are. Little Monday basic flies for you. Good for you too. A little bit of lower back strength and core strength. Have a good day.